So, in my opinion, and from what people are saying online, considering that this is gaining massive traction, Kris Jenner's new facelift isn't actually all what is cracked up to be, because this clearly doesn't look as fresh in my opinion. Kris Jenner, guys, is flaunting a fresh Vogue facelift. Famed momager Kris Jenner is having her moment in the spotlight, gracing the cover of Vogue Arabia to flaunt her new face. The Kardashian star dropped the first look of her new magazine cover. We're not going to look at the magazine covers, because if you look at the Vogue Arabia magazine covers, of course, airbrushed to the max, and you know, it's just airbrushed too much. Now, outside of that, guys, Kris Jenner looks great for her age, period, because she did surgery and facelifting at the right age. She wasn't doing it heavily like her daughters in the early 20s. However, this new facelift that she has basically been given is not given fresh face. You know when you're talking and you bite your tongue? Oh my god, it's not giving fresh face to me at all. I'm so sorry. This is basically giving some kind of, you know, Futurama episode where you just have people who tighten their faces back and they pretend that everything is okay and that they look great, but really and truly they just look freakishly weird. This particular image of her, I believe, is unedited. I'm not referring to her Vogue covers, because that in itself is all airbrushed to the max. It doesn't look that great to me, unfortunately. I just feel like her face looks really stretched in these images. You can even see via her neck, just very tight. And what bothers me is that Kris Jenner is not aging gracefully. You know, she's not aging naturally. She's aging gracefully, sorry. She's not aging naturally. You're using so much cosmetics and makeup and surgeries and fillers and facelifts and etc. You have everything, you know, right there for you. And I just feel like, while she's entitled to do what she wants to do, the reason why this particular image of her has gone viral is because the facelifting just looks crazy. I just feel like looking at her makeupless or with whatever, you can clearly tell that there is some kind of desperation for youth. And I feel like you're reaching your 70s, accept aging. I feel like there's beauty in aging, there's beauty in wrinkles, there's beauty in all of that. And I'm not saying that you can't get things or you can't get surgery. I'm not anti any of it. But when you're getting it to a point where it's giving your, people are saying your aging is fresh or it's natural, or, you know, it looks like it's graceful. I just don't believe any of that from these images. And considering that prior, people were explaining how she looks great on the facelift, that basically is not happening or giving in this new updated picture, which is probably the reality of what she really looks like. This screenshot has basically accumulated 4 to 5 million views on just one social media app alone, where people are like, well, this is basically not what we saw a couple of weeks ago about you when you were said you had a fresh facelift. That probably was edited. This isn't. But it's always funny when we look at unedited pictures of people who are hugely famous, they look starkly different to their edited pictures claiming of when they announced their new surgeries or facelifts or etc. It always is different directly in reality, and I think TMZ got a clip here, and I guarantee you that Kris Jenner's team don't like this picture. They don't want this picture out there, and that has probably bothered them because people are speaking about stuff here and there. Now, there's an update, guys, on the Mary J. Blige's whole situation with Misa Hilton, the ongoing lawsuit situation that she's filed. In the new update, I just want to go through these legal proceedings quickly. It's been revealed that Mary J. Blige is seeking to have the lawsuit against Misa moved to the New York Supreme Court's Commercial Division. The lawyer submitted a formal request for the case reassignment. They argued that the root of the case is a business dispute and thus requires oversight from the division of the court that handles business disputes. In their request, they also contend that Misa management may not actually be a legal business entity, messy, and Blige herself did not even sign the contract at the heart of the situation. And as of writing, Judge Suzanne has not issued this ruling, but this is basically what Mary is trying to do. Let's move it over there to New York because we need to oversee certain things that happen there, and let's also talk about the fact that, you know, Misa management is not even a limited registered legal business entity in the first place. So that is an update for them, just to let you guys all know that this whole Misa Mary J. Blige stuff is still going on and is still very ugly. Unfortunately, guys, there was a P. Diddy lawsuit, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, where you had somebody in a club, he was 23-year-old, and he basically spoke about the fact that basically he was drugged and he found out that he was unconscious, and he woke up to Diddy basically giving him unwanted intimate kind of contact. Well, now unfortunately it's been revealed that that lawsuit has been dismissed and he's lost out on that case. This was a case that was filed by a attorney Tony Busby, and it looks like this is a big victory for P. Diddy. But the reason why this was dismissed, wait for it guys, was simply because this particular John Doe waited too long to file the lawsuit in the state. The judge said that there was a 5-year statute of limitations when the alleged assault went down, and she also noted that a new law passed in 2019 extending the statute to 20 years, but however, this is not retroactive and therefore cannot apply to this case. That is the only reason that P. Diddy has won this. He's won it on a technicality because of the timing of the incident. It's a historical case, and when this particular John Doe went to go and file it, he basically filed it way too late. Evidently, he gained the confidence to file the lawsuit after Cassie and the success that she had because he felt confidence to speak out. When one person comes out, others will come out. He probably wouldn't have done it way back then because he was too scared to do so. So this is why this lawsuit was dismissed, not because Diddy is innocent, not because it was proven that Diddy was innocent, but because of timing issues and statute of limitations. And whenever it's to do with jurisdiction issues, statute of limitations, then to me that person still did whatever they were accused of doing. All of these new legal terms that we're used to, guys, we're all lawyers at this point. We're all lawyers at this point. Now, the Cardi B lawsuit, the civil trial, day 2, is absolutely hilarious.
She's bigger than you? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
I'm looking. I don't agree with that. What is your basis?
Because the plaintiff's lawyer is basically helping Cardi B with some of the dumb questions that he's asking, talking about which one is your real hair, because now you're wearing different hair today, or are they both real? And also, you know, are you affiliated with a gang?
Hair today is blonde and long. Which one is your real hair? Or are they both real?
She responds, no, this is a wig. Evidently, it's going to be a wig if yesterday she was wearing a short pixie cut and today she's wearing blonde. And she's wearing the blonde because nobody liked the pixie cut yesterday. People were laughing at it. But at the same time, I just feel like this plaintiff's lawyer is ridiculous. This particular scene and clip that I've attached has gained 12 million views. And it's just crazy to me because what kind of dumb questions are you asking? Because it's helping Cardi B. It's allowing the jurors to see that there really isn't a case here and that the plaintiff and her lawyer are really just messing things up. Yesterday you had black hair, short hair. Today it's blonde and long. Which one is your real hair? Why are you asking Cardi B that? As the plaintiff's lawyer, in what way does that defend your client and help your client and make the jurors see something? It doesn't. In any way, shape or form. So why would you do that? It's helping Cardi and she doesn't have to do anything other than sit there and be questioned and answer the questions. And in doing so, she is helping herself. The plaintiff's lawyer is winning Cardi B's case for her. She should have went pro se at this point and saved some money. And lawyers like Megan Cunniff are saying that he is remarkably bad. And my jaw was dropping as I was listening to this. It's just unreal. I cannot believe that he would sit there and ask her, which one is your hair? What is real hair? How has that got to do anything with this incident that she's basically been accused of? I don't understand. Make it honestly make sense. Now, if you follow Housewives, Potomac Karen Huger is said to be released from her 2-year prison sentence, guys, far more quicker than initially expected. She actually is coming out next month in September. September 2nd, I believe, is the date of when she is going to be released. So this is big news for her, considering the fact that, you know, this was a 2-year prison sentence and for the fact that she was meant to be in there for, you know, a while due to the DUIs that she basically has been given. What I think is even more remarkable is that there has been no images, not even the mugshot leaked of Karen whilst in prison because she's in there wigless. And you know that she desperately needs those. So without any of that, I know she probably is going to be looking a mess to the public because she's not all glammed and dolled up. How she's prevented anything being leaked is kudos to her and her team, but hopefully she comes out of prison, joins back to this current season of Potomac that is filming and talks about this, you know, whole situation. For the fact that she's being released on Tuesday, September 2nd, after just serving over 6 months of this 2-year sentence means that she is on good behavior and is going to be elated that she's going to be released way more earlier than expected. This is going to be a huge part of the season and hopefully they pick her up for this current season. And, you know, great for her, I guess, that she's able to leave much more earlier. I just wanted to, you know, throw that in the video. Now, Snoop Dogg, guys, is facing some really bad backlash. He basically went on a homophobic rant, worried for his sons watching certain movies where there were gay relationships basically being presented unbeknownst to him, and therefore he's worried for his child. Again, all of that is just BS, red pill nonsense to me, because if that were the case, then there would be no gay children, because all the gay children growing up are watching heterosexual couples, man and woman, everywhere, left, right, and center. So surely that would have impacted them to be straight. It doesn't make sense. People just don't think, unfortunately. Well, now the fate on The Voice seems to be uncertain for him, because The Voice bosses are really upset. NBC are really upset after his homophobic comments, and it's basically sent the network into a complete meltdown where the bosses are unsure of his future. They are scrambling to contain the nuclear fallout. Production had to remind him that he works for an inclusive, apolitical, family-friendly show, and it just makes contestants and even some crew members not feel safe around him after he makes comments like this. And I completely agree. And now there's even images that people are pulling up of Snoop Dogg when he was dressed as a girl. I don't even know if this was, I don't know if it's AI. I don't know if it's real. I don't really care to check, but he's in some bikini and makeup, and now all of these are basically being pulled out, saying you're scared for your son, but you're scared for your son, but really and truly your son should be scared of you, because if there's images of you cross-dressing and etc., and you're so worried for your son and gay stuff, then your son's going to be very scared of you when they find out that you basically went to Party City, grabbed your two-piece and grabbed a quick, skinny bikini, and you were posing in some hotel, probably for some kind of executive, because a lot of these people in this industry had to do crazy things for executives to get where they are today. So let's keep it a buck when it comes to this. It's complete nonsense what he's saying, disappointing, but it looks like he could even lose his job. And it's a dumb thing for him to say, because something about Snoop Dogg is that this man has worked wonders in his career. When you really deep it, that man has gone through so much and has done so much that is negative and crazy. However, he is still extremely brand friendly. And so to make comments like this, you're shooting yourself in the foot, and you don't need to do that. Let me know your thoughts, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. That's all you guys have to do. Subscribe. Join Murad Nation, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.